Hello, my name is Nelly Yovkova and I'm a rheumatologist in the University Hospital St. Anna in Sofia, Bulgaria. Since 2025, I'm an assistant doctor and also a PhD candidate in the Department of Rheumatology at Medical University of Sofia. I have interest in the field of connective tissue diseases such as scleroderma and also in capillaroscopy as a unique method for early diagnosis of progressive systemic sclerosis. Capillaroscopy is a method for morphological evaluation of the nail-fold capillaries. It is accepted as a diagnostic criteria in the current 2013 EULAR ACR classification criteria. The primary indication for capillaroscopy is to evaluate patients with renal phenomenon. It effectively differentiates primary renal phenomenon from secondary one, which often signals an underlying connective tissue disease. The presence of a scleroderma pattern in a patient with renal phenomenon with specific antibodies is a powerful indicator for the early diagnosis of systemic sclerosis. Capillaroscopy is a cornerstone for early diagnosis of systemic sclerosis, with over 90% of patients showing a specific scleroderma pattern. This includes giant capillaries, avascular areas, and hemorrhages. Capillaroscopy can be used not only as a diagnostic tool, but also as a prognostic one. It can predict organ involvement, disease severity, and progression. Capillaroscopy is used to identify patients with risk for development serious complications such as digital ulcers, pulmonary hypertension, and interstitial lung disease. Key findings such as giant capillaries, loss of capillaries, and microhemorrhages are associated with a poor prognosis. There are three types of scleroderma pattern: early, active, and late. In early pattern, there are few giant capillaries, few microhemorrhages, no loss of capillaries, and relatively well-presented capillary distribution. In active pattern, there are numerous giant capillaries and hemorrhages, moderate capillary loss, and some capillary disorganization. In late pattern, there is severe capillary loss, extensive avascular areas, and a lot of branching capillaries. The progressive capillary loss correlates with an increased risk of digital ulcers, pulmonary hypertension, and interstitial lung disease, and overall with disease progression. Capillaroscopy can be used as a marker for a good treatment response. A positive response may be indicated by improvement in microvascular abnormalities such as reduction in giant capillaries and an increase in capillary density, which correlates with symptoms improvement. Capillaroscopy allows doctor to predict disease progression and also to assess the overall treatment effect. The primary indication for capillaroscopy is to evaluate patients with renal phenomenon. It effectively The primary indication for capillaroscopy is to evaluate patients. The primary indication for capillaroscopy. Giant capillaries.